Yo, man, Pacquiao won that.
Yeah?
Pacquiao won that. I had it 9-2. Well, no, wait. I always wrong with these numbers. 10-2. I had it 10-2. Oh, you know what? 9-3. I always have it wrong with these numbers.
What'd you think about the fight? Why did you think Manny won?
Velocity, like the amount of punches that were connecting, and then every last 10 seconds and stuff, he was just showing the more aggressive punches.
Devin, what you think? Who won, Devin?
I think Manny won 7-5.
Hey, do you want to see that Manny Mayweather rematch, Devin? You want to see that Manny? Devin, you want to see that Manny Mayweather rematch? Huh?
No touching.
What'd you think about it, bro?
I got paid.
You got paid?
I got paid.
Wait, you bet the draw?
500. I got paid.
No, you didn't.
Come on, you want to see the ticket?
Yes, I want to see the ticket.
You want to see the ticket? Look at this.
Let's see.
Where is it at? Come on.
Where is it?
You got look.
Hey, why did you think it was gonna be a draw?
You want to know my answer?
Yeah.
He'll tell you. What I tell you?
He said,
Manny don't lose in Vegas, so you gotta have a draw.
I said the casino don't want to let Manny lose. So the casino don't want to let Manny lose.
Barrios, you just saw Barrios really squeeze out a decision on that Jake Paul-Mike Tyson card against someone very average, with all due respect. So he should be really dominating Pacquiao, but I don't think he's an elite welterweight.
The opportunities of Barrios, just being in there. I feel like he just looks a little bit too nervous.
Who, Barrios?
Barrios, yeah.
But you should really be walking Pacquiao down and beating him up. Look at the size of Barrios.
They both throw from crazy angles, so I think that'll make for a good fight. Yeah.
No rematch though. You don't want to see a rematch with these guys.
Yeah, I like seeing a rematch.
You want to see a rematch?
Yeah, I see a rematch.
Does Manny win the rematch?
Yeah, Manny Reed's rematch. Give him a full training session. Manny Reed's a rematch.
You got any Canelo Crawford?
Oh shit, I'm going with Crawford. Yeah, I'm going with Crawford.
Why you picking Crawford?
Oh, man been shot in the head, drove himself to the hospital. I can't bet against that. yeah, it's called wherewithal in resiliency. Tenacity, I can't bet against that. All right, man, figure.
You say, don't fight. It's better not more fight. But say, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, you have a chance, man. You have only one life, one life. You to take a risk, and I like it. It's no way for criticize.
Hold a record, undisputed. Yeah. But you know what? Hey, do what you want to do, man.
All the champions on Boots' radar. I mean, I still think it's bizarre that Manny Pacquiao's fighting for a world title 5 years out of the ring and just not anywhere near at world level anymore.
At 147. Thank you so much. I wish him all the best. Quadra, I love him. Can he do it? Quadra? Can he do it?
Manny Pacquiao getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it definitely has to do with money, 1. 2, I think Manny Pacquiao, I think his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring, man, against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, you know, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, you know, bigger.
It's just hours until Manny meets Barrios in the ring, and the pros have already made their picks. Terrence Crawford has surprisingly been more optimistic about Manny Pacquiao's chances than most. Crawford didn't write the legend off like the bookmakers have. Instead, he called it a 50-50 fight.
Tell us about your preparation for Barrios. How is it different to 4 years ago when you faced Ugas?
The different, I'm more focused right now. No distraction, I really focus on the whole training camp and focus on stamina, focus on techniques. He is a champion. He is a fighter that, you know, we cannot underestimate him. He's taller than me. He has the advantage, but, you know, we prepare for that. Just watch on July 19. It's going to be a good fight.
In his eyes, Barrios might be the younger and fresher fighter, but Pacquiao's experience, timing, and fight IQ even the playing field. Crawford pointed out that the matchup favors Pacquiao stylistically, especially if Manny can control the early pace. He added that if the Manny of old shows up, even for half the fight, it could be enough to steal rounds and perhaps the decision.
The same card as Manny Pacquiao's return. Have you got any thoughts on that fight with Mario Barrios, and is there any chance we see you still in there at 46?
Nah, at 46, I don't plan on being back in the ring, you know, but Mario Barrios is a great matchup for Manny Pacquiao. And I think, you know, at this age, it's a 50-50 fight for Manny Pacquiao.
Jeff Mayweather didn't exactly praise the matchup when it was first announced. He questioned why a 46-year-old semi-retired icon should be fighting for a world title again, calling the entire promotion a cash grab. But then again, boxing is built on comebacks and second chances, and Jeff still ended up picking Manny to win.
Two things, right? First, when I first seen it, I said, God damn, Manny is about 40-something years old. I'm only 38 and like I retired. I'm thinking about it, right? But then the second thing is that like I think we all love Manny Pacquiao for what he stands for, his heart, just his nature. And I'm going to be a fan of him regardless of who he fights. But to see him fight a young lion and killer and Barrios, I mean, it's going to be challenging for his last fight. I think that's what he's saying now. This is like...
I mean, he said that a few times. I'm not believing it until I see it, but I mean...
Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
I am. I'm cool with it. If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine with Mario Barrios, who we know what he is on the top level. He comes up short. He's been stopped by fighters that are less than Manny Pacquiao, Tank Davis. So I like this fight. I think he's not going to be an overwhelming.
Not just scrape through, but win convincingly. That switch in tone is telling. Despite the criticism, he knows Pacquiao isn't the type of fighter you ever truly bet against with confidence. If Manny is even 75% of the fighter he used to be, Jeff believes he has enough left in the tank to outclass Barrios, whose 2 career losses have raised questions about how he handles pressure under the lights.
Do you think he wins this fight Saturday?
It's going to be hard to tell if he can win or not. I mean, if he still has the same speed, and we already know he's going to have the power. If he still have the same speed, I think he's going to win. And I mean, because I think that
if anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. Why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this? Unless there is some astronomically large amount of money being given out for this fight,
this fight makes no sense for either party. And I'm sick of having this welterweight division held up by dumb stuff like this. We don't want this fight. It makes absolutely no sense.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. kept it classic. While he didn't offer a detailed analysis of the matchup, he did deliver one of his trademark one-liners when asked about Pacquiao's chances. He said he'd be shocked if Manny lost. That's not a technical breakdown, but it's honest sentiment from someone who's seen his share of fights and legends come and go. For a guy who's watched Manny go to war for 2 decades, that kind of confidence, whether emotional or not, still carries weight. It suggests that for some, Pacquiao's name still holds a kind of unspoken edge in the ring.
Freddie Roach back on the big stage. Mr. Freddie Roach back on the big stage. How you doing? You guys ready? You ready to come back and be vintage Manny Pacquiao tomorrow night?
Pacquiao is gonna kick ass.
Who is gonna kick ass? All right, that looks great.
3 rounds or less.
All right, 3 rounds or less. All right.
Yeah. Manny Pacquiao is younger. He's younger. He's big. He's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. You know, Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. You know,
Chris Algieri, who once shared the ring with Pacquiao and felt the heat of his speed firsthand, also believes this comeback is more than just ceremonial. He acknowledged that Manny's age and long layoff are concerns, but he doesn't think this is some vanity fight. Algieri said Manny still has a fighting chance, especially if Barrios underestimates the footwork and angles that have always set Pacquiao apart. Having been on the receiving end of that pressure, Algieri doesn't underestimate the old master. His view is that if Barrios has any lapses early, they could cost him rounds he won't be able to recover later in a 12-round championship bout.
This is going to be a bad night for Manny. One of the things that I really thought made Manny special, and what I noticed in the ring too, was his first step. It was so damn fast. Fastest hands I ever fought in a ring was Amir Khan. Fastest first step was Manny Pacquiao. His ability to pull the trigger early on, pop that straight left hand right down the middle. If I see him go out there, pop that straight left hand on the heavy-footed Mario Barrios, bangs him, cracks him with her left hand early, I'm like, okay, we got to fight. If I see him falling at him go out there, pop that straight left hand on the heavy-footed Mario Barrios, bangs him, cracks him with her left hand early, I'm like, okay, we got to fight. If I see him falling out of position, being off balance, getting square, and getting countered early on, I'm gonna know right away this is gonna be.
Freddie Roach has been in Pacquiao's corner longer than anyone. He's not making bold predictions, he never really has, but he's clear that Pacquiao wouldn't be stepping in the ring unless both of them believed they could win. Roach sees the camp, sees the preparation, and knows when Manny's serious. And by all indications, this is no gimmick. It's a real attempt to reclaim a world title. Roach's quiet confidence has always been the signal that Manny is locked in. The way he speaks about this fight mirrors the way he talked before the Thurman bout, where Manny shocked everyone with his poise and movement. Roach doesn't need to say Pacquiao by decision. His presence and willingness to back this fight says it all.
This kid can fight because he had speed and he had power. And it's very, very hard to get those two together.
At that size.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard took a different approach. He didn't dive into tactics or make a direct call, but focused instead on the mindset it takes to pull off a comeback of this scale. Leonard, who knows what it's like to come back after time away, said Manny's success depends on one thing: focus. He argued that the version of Pacquiao that shows up needs to be all in. No split focus, no hesitations, just total commitment. If that's the version that walks into the ring against Barrios, Leonard believes the upset is very possible. For a fighter like Manny, who's thrived off rhythm and instincts his whole career, that mental switch is everything.
If you can't do it, it would be Manny. I mean, we see them calf muscles. We know that boy thumping. That boy got concrete gloves, you feel me? So I feel like he can still make some noise. He's a legend for a reason. He's a Hall of Famer for a reason. If you got Bernard Hopkins that could do it, you got George Foreman that could do it. Why can't my boy Manny Pacquiao?
Spencer Oliver wasn't buying the fairy tale. A vocal figure in UK boxing media, Oliver has openly criticized the idea of Pacquiao leapfrogging a line of young, hungry contenders to walk straight into a world title opportunity. From his perspective, this is less about merit and more about fame.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and, you know, try his best. That's what Manny, one thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time though.
While he didn't make a definitive prediction, his tone suggested that he expects Barrios to get the win. Not necessarily because Barrios is the better fighter historically, but because it's simply how the sport tends to go when age, activity, and system advantages all line up on one side. For Oliver, it's less about who Manny used to be and more about what the odds say today. What do you think? Share your prediction below and subscribe for more updates.